Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day today. So today's video is the return of Slay Glam Box. Yes, it has been a minute since I've talked about them on my channel, but the reason for that is that they actually took a break. They took some time off to take care of some things, get stuff done, but they're back. So they have relaunched, and I will be unboxing the May box in today's video. I know this is a couple days late because editing it's taking me a little longer than I thought it would, but I'm getting videos out to you guys as soon as possible. So if you want to know what's up with Slay Glam, make sure you keep on watching this video, of course, and I'd appreciate if you take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so if you don't know what Slay Glam Box is, it is a monthly subscription service, and you can purchase it for $24 a month, and they normally have between 5 and 7 full-size items. Now, they do have several brands that I have tried in other subscription boxes. I was taking notes of everything that I could find online, so let me just tell you a few of the brands that we have. Featured in this month's box, we're going to have brands like Kailyn Beauty, Basic Beauty, Base Blue Cosmetics. This one I cannot pronounce, so I'll just have it on the screen here. Oh, okay. I'm really bad at that. Mora Cosmetics, which by the way, we have a palette coming from them next month, and the palette is so pretty. I've never tried anything from this brand before, but their color stories are just out of this world. I think they're absolutely stunning. You're going to get Illuminati Cosmetics, Manicadar, and it's either Dew Color or Doe Color makeup brushes. I have several of those eyeshadow brushes in my collection and I absolutely love them. They're extremely affordable and perform very well, so I highly recommend those. But yes, anyways, let's get back to the May box. So I'm going to kind of go through and order everything that I got this month and show you how I used it. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start with the first thing, and I'm going to try and go in order of everything that I used for today's video. First up, we have a dual-ended brush from Kailyn Cosmetics. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to use this in for cream products or you're supposed to use this for shadow, whatever, but I used it to blend out my concealer and my color corrector around my mouth. I think it did really well. I did have some very, very slight shedding with this brush. I didn't have any issues with the powder side, and I used this with my Fenty Beauty bronzer to help warm up my face because I was looking pretty pale. I want to say that this is the first makeup brush that I've gotten from Kailyn Cosmetics. Everything else that I've gotten has been like lip products, eyeshadows, blushes, highlighters. I don't think I've gotten makeup brushes before. And this one, because it sheds, and it shed more than what I would like to see in a makeup brush, so I can't really recommend this one 1000%, but it got the job done. And plus it's dual-ended. If you like to travel with your brushes, it frees up some space in your travel bag. And I apologize, I do not know the retail value on this. I don't know if there wasn't a paper in the box telling you what all the products were, or there was, and because I opened everything up the second I get it, I probably lost it. So I apologize for that. I will try to look it up and have that information on the screen somewhere for you. Now in the box this month, we actually got 2 different eyeshadow palettes. Let me go ahead and tell you about the first one that I used. This is the Pink Memory 12 color eyeshadow palette, and it's from the I cannot pronounce it, guys. I'm so sorry. But anyways, it's from that brand. And I love the packaging on this. I think it's actually pretty cute. Like, it has like a hollow moment moving around in the background, like a 3D effect almost. This is probably the most colorful packaging I've seen from this brand, but it doesn't quite match what's on the inside. This is more of your everyday eyeshadow palette. You can do a lot of really, really soft glam looks with this, and I really like the color story on this, but it does kind of remind me of another palette that I own. I think it's a Too Faced peach palette. I'm not sure which one it is exactly. I'll make sure I have it on the screen somewhere, but it really reminds me of that one because it has a lot of the softer colors in here, and then this blue in here especially. That one, it reminds me so much of that palette, it's not funny. We'll see when it comes to editing how right I was on this. The only thing I will say about this palette, whenever I was using it to create today's look, I only went in with a couple of different shades. And sorry, the AC just kicked on. I only dipped into these 2 shades here. There was a little bit of kick up, but it's not to the point where it's annoying. And even, like, it would be hard to get me to that point anyways, because I'm not someone that worries about kickback or kick up whenever I'm dipping into my shadows. As long as the pigmentation is there, you get the payoff, I don't mind one bit. I just used these shades to start out the cut crease look that I did today, just to add a little bit of a neutral bounce to the crease, and then I also used these on my lower lash line. And then I went in with the bright color here, the shimmer. I used that on the inner corners. So while I have this, I really just want to go ahead and swatch a couple of these shades here. The two shimmers, or there's 3 shimmers in here, but the 2 that I didn't get to try out in today's look, I just want to do a really quick swatch for you. Oh, okay, there's some pretty good pigment to both of those. I hope they're coming up on camera, but this rose gold shade down here is really pretty, and the shimmer in the blue is really nice as well. Okay, so I might have to do a different look in a future video using this palette, because both of those did really well. I know the matte formula is nice, and I'm excited to see how the shimmer does. So after I cut the crease with my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, which I don't know if I would really recommend that. It was a little bit tricky to actually cut the crease with it because it's a thick formula. I went in with the next eyeshadow palette. This is from Base Blue Cosmetics, and this is the Flower Eyeshadow and Blush Palette. Now, if you saw my video going over, I'm drawing a blank, Ice Cream Beauty. If you saw that video, I did use this palette to do a blush, and I did the same thing in here, except before I went in with this corally shade and the shimmer. This time I went with the purple shade and the shimmer. And I used that to create the blush for today's look because I knew the look was going to be more cool tone. So I thought that purple would have been really, really pretty. And it did turn out pretty nice. I'm very happy with the way it was looking. But the fun part of today's look, I went in with a very pastel-y cut crease, and I think it is so cute. I had seen other people playing with this palette, and there was a couple of comments people were saying that I didn't have good pigmentation to it. But then in those reviews, it only stuck to the warm tone, like the neutral shades. So I know I wanted to play with more color, have something, you know, just a little bit more fun with my eyeshadow look, and that's why I went in with the pastel shades. I'm just drawing blanks all day today. But yes, I used 3 colors. I used this pink for the inner corner, or the purple shade here. For the middle, I went in with this really, really beautiful shimmery blue. And then on the outer corner, to blend it out, I went in with this mint green. So we have a shift from pink to blue to green, and it turned out so beautiful. I was really tempted to go in with this purple shade here, but I'm glad I went with that green instead, because I got a little bit of a purple here in the front whenever you blend the pink and the blue. So I think it turned out really pretty, and because I used concealer, there was a lot for the shadows to grip onto. I had no issues whatsoever, and I think this look is honestly adorable. I think is absolutely cute. Probably more perfect for springtime, but it's summer, it's fine. I'll wear any shadow any time of the year, I don't care. To finish the look, we're gonna go in with our next item, and this is also from Kailyn Cosmetics, and this is their Line Fix Gel Pen, and this is in the shade Purple. I'm personally someone who doesn't own many purple liners in my collection. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to my eyeliner because I don't wear it honestly that often. I'm perfectly fine not wearing eyeliner, but with it being a gel formula, I wanted to test it and see how well it lasted. So I use this to line the upper lashes as well as the lower lashes. I didn't do the waterline because I really don't want to do this. I have been reading some articles online about dry eye syndrome, and a lot of people, a lot of times it's being caused by your water eyeliners, using eyeliners in the waterline. Because, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get a little technical here for a second. So chronic dry eye, basically you have little ducts all through here, or little pores pretty much in your waterline, and whenever your eye needs hydration, they work. But what happens if you go in with a lot of eyeliner continuously all the time, they get clogged. They get clogged, and then they eventually just dry up, and then you're going to keep having dry eye. And then your eye is going to keep trying to produce moisture to lubricate itself. Like, it's a vicious cycle that you get into. So I really don't do much waterline eyeliner. You just don't see me doing it that often. But I did use this on the lower lash line, and I set it with a little bit of eyeshadow. And I've had this makeup on for a while, and so far it hasn't budged whatsoever. So I'm very happy with the way this one turned out. And I need to get more fun colors. Honestly, I just really do. So this one was a good entry into doing some colored eyeliner. And the last item that we have, this is actually part of a set. We have a lip kit from Basic Beauty. Now, Basic Beauty, I talked about this in my last video, and I got a different shade. I can't remember which one it was then. but I actually really liked the liquid lipstick. So I'm very happy that I got another one, and also a lip liner to go with it. Both of these are in the shade Vodka Soda. The lip liner is very pigmented, very creamy. Again, it's a little bit of a drier formula, but it's not where it's going to start tugging at your skin, and you don't have to keep going over it multiple times to get color payoff. Really like this formula, but whenever I first put it on, I thought to myself, man, look at that color over there. Like, this is going to be too dark, because honestly, it doesn't look like it would go well together when you look at it like this. But whenever I went over it with the liquid lipstick, it blended so well. It looks so beautiful. It is such a comfortable lip formula. I really like this. So I'm very happy to have another one for my collection, because honestly I was thinking about purchasing more of my own anyways. So here it is. This is the one that I got in my last video, just to compare the shades. But this one that we got yesterday was a little bit more of a rosy nude, and this one is more of a peach nude. This one turned out a lot better. I think I like this even better than the other one. I'm really surprised how much I enjoy these, and if I'm correct, I think these retailed for $16 a piece, and they're definitely worth every penny. So yes, I don't know offhand what the retail value was of everything in the box, but I will have it somewhere here on the screen so that you know. And again, the box was purchased for $24. Now, this isn't a sponsored video. Rasha, who is the owner of the company, she actually sent this to me complimentary, but not sponsored. All opinions of the products are my own. And yeah, that is what we have so far for the relaunch of Slay Glam Box. So now it is your turn, guys. Let me know what you thought about this variation. I do like that you got two different eyeshadow palettes in the same box, because I love me some eyeshadow palettes. And I love that you have everything for your eyes and for your lips. The brush, honestly, I could probably just do without the brush. It's fine. It would have been okay, but the fact that this one sheds, that annoys me to no end. Like, I have a brush from Revlon that does it, and I no longer use that brush. I just don't like having to pick out little hairs. It drives me crazy. But this end did just fine, and the brush is very soft. So maybe this one, something went wrong with it, I don't know. But so far, everything else in the box is really good. So yes, guys, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any other subscription boxes that you want me to check out, make sure you leave a comment down below so that maybe in the next couple of months they'll be on my channel. I love you all. Thank you again for watching. I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.